Hello everyone, welcome. So, as you already know, RPSC Rajasthan Public Service Commission Assistant Professor notification came. So, in this video, we are going to discuss important chapters and important topics regarding this RPSC Assistant Professor and the syllabus of this particular exam, right? And the way of preparation also we are going to discuss in this video. Okay. So first of all, if you see here, so we have two papers in Rajasthan Public Service Commission Assistant Professor post. We have actually two papers, paper 1, paper 2 regarding chemistry, paper 3 is your general studies, right? So if you see in the paper 1, so if you are the CSIR NET aspirant or if you qualified CSIR NET, this exam is very easy exam for you because almost all the syllabus is just similar to the syllabus of CSIR NET, right? So if you observe the first one, chemical periodicity. In chemical periodicity, regarding this chapter, you don't need to worry. It is very easy chapter. So just follow this periodicity in properties of SPD and F block elements and their trends. So this topic is very important in this particular chapter. So for this chapter, just you have to see outlines of this chemical periodicity. You don't need to study any depth of this chemical periodicity. Just see the outlines. So to see outlines of this chapter, you have to follow NCERT, right? So this is the source of this particular chapter is NCERT. Okay, so NCERT is more than enough. Next one, if you see chemical bonding chapter, you have already studied for CSIR NET and GATE, right? So this chemical bonding chapter is also very easy and important topics if you see. So hydrogen bonding, I hope you people studied about this. Okay, so valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, this is most frequent topic asked in CSIR NET exam, right? And if you come to Fajan's rule, so Fajan's rule is not important for CSIR NET, but Fajan's rule is important for this particularly RPSC assistant professor. So for this Fajan's rule, you can again follow NCERT. You can follow NCERT. So in NCERT, so you can read this particular Fajan's rule from NCERT textbook, right? So Carlson diagrams, this is not important, but if you want theory regarding this Carlson diagrams, I will try to provide in my Telegram channel, right? So next one is transition metal chemistry. In transition metal chemistry, they are given properties with special reference to variable oxidation state, magnetic, color, and complexation behavior. So transition metal chemistry is nothing but your coordination chemistry. Okay, so in this coordination chemistry, so this topic is important, metal to ligand and ligand to metal charge transfer spectra. You people read already about this. So next one is clusters. Clusters is also important for CSIR NET and GATE, and this clusters is also important for this RPSC also. And nomenclature and isomerism and coordination compounds. So for this topic again, you have to follow NCERT, right? So for this topic again, follow NCERT. So this nomenclature and isomerism and coordination compounds, you can study this topic from the NCERT. And ligand field theory, so this is from CSIR NET notes. And high spin and low spin complexes, CFT, CFS, and John-Taylor effect. So these all topics are important, and these topics you can find from your CSIR NET notes, right? And you can do previous year questions also. Just CSIR NET and GATE previous year questions are enough. And also, if you want previous year questions of this RPSC particularly, and you can find them from their website. Okay, so in their RPSC website, they have provided all previous year question papers. You don't need to worry. So next one is green chemistry and nanochemistry. This chapter is not that important, but yes, 1 or 2 questions you can expect from this green chemistry and nanochemistry. So if you don't have this source, I will try to provide you in my Telegram channel, right? So next one is environmental chemistry. Environmental chemistry is also not that important, but if you want for this environmental chemistry and the topics of this environmental chemistry, you can study from NCERT, right? So you can study from NCERT. Next one, so in this also you have to focus on this COD, BOD, TDS, pH. Okay, so just focus on these terms, and drinking water and D2O. Okay, so what is heavy water? So you have to focus on those terms particularly. So next one is nomenclature of organic compounds. So this chapter is also okay, you can expect 1 or 2 questions from nomenclature of organic compounds, right? Nomenclature of aliphatic, aromatic, heteroaromatic, bicyclocompound and spirines. Okay, just have a look from NCERT. Okay, so next isomerism. This is also particular chapter from IIT JEE. In fact, if you have IIT JEE notes, you can study from that notes. Otherwise, so for this isomerism chapter also, you can follow NCERT textbook, right? NCERT textbook. Next, so in this, just focus on this EZ-RS nomenclature. EZ-RS system respectively, conformation analysis of alkene, cycloalkenes, asymmetric synthesis. This is not important, and in this particular chapter focus on EZ-RS nomenclature, right? How to find EZ and RS. Next one, basic principles of organic chemistry and reaction mechanism. You people already studied about this for your CSIR NET and GATE. So carbanion, carbene, free radical, nitrogen, benzene. Benzene intermediate is very important. Addition, substitution, elimination reactions are very important. Rearrangements reactions, these are also very important. And particularly inductive, electromeric, mesomeric, hyperconjugation, resonance effect, this all comes under GOC. So you can read your GOC notes for this particular chapter, okay, and CSIR NET and reactive intermediate. So this chapter is just regarding GOC and reactive intermediate. Right? So next, named reactions and mechanisms. Just study these named reactions only. You don't need to study anything outside of this syllabus. Just follow strictly this syllabus only. So aldol condensation, benzoin, Canizaro, Perkin, Stauby, Dickman condensation, Penacol, Penacolone, Warner, Mervyn, Hoffman, Smith, Lawson, Curtius, Beckman, Bayer-Villiger, Wittig, Reformsky. Okay, these named reactions are very important for CSIR NET and GATE, and these same named reactions you have to study here also. Okay, and for important topics and important chapters of organic chemistry, I have already made one video on important sources and important topics of organic chemistry. You can check playlist, CSIR NET playlist. Okay, and aromatic, heteroaromatics, anilines and heteroanilines. So in this chapter, focus on aromaticity and anti-aromaticity. Synthesis and reactions of anthracene, this is not important. And this chapter is regarding aromaticity and also heteronuclear chemistry. So just focus on structures of heteronuclear chemistry. Heteronuclear chemistry is also important. Next, chemical kinetics. So your CSIR NET material is enough for chemical kinetics. Steady state approximation is very important. Photochemical reactions are important. Jablonski diagram, enzyme catalysis, Michaelis-Menten plot. You have Michaelis-Menten plot, so Michaelis-Menten plot is very important. Okay, so just study these topics and also focus on salt effect. Okay, salt effect, we have one formula. You can focus on this. Next, acid bases and non-aqueous solvents. I have already made video on this. You don't need to study anything outside of this video. So okay, you can check the playlist for that acids and bases video. Right, I have already made video on this acids and bases. Next, electrochemistry, ionic equilibrium. So you don't need to worry. If you want, I will provide notes and I will make videos on this ionic equilibrium. And electrochemistry, electrolytic cell, electrochemical cell, Nernst equation, very important for CSIR NET. And this gives free energy, very important. Equilibrium constant, very important. Just do one thing, practice questions from CSIR NET and GATE regarding this electrochemistry. Right, electrochemistry, CSIR NET and GATE questions are more than enough. Just do practice. So next one is nuclear and radiochemistry. I have already made video on this particular nuclear chemistry. You don't need to worry about that. So just study that particular video. That is more than enough. Solution colligative properties. So you can study this chapter again from NCERT. Right, so study from NCERT and do practice questions from previous years. Next, thermodynamics, Maxwell relations are important. Thermodynamics of ideal and non-ideal gas solutions, and particularly they mention third law of thermodynamics. So whenever they mention particularly in the syllabus, so definitely you have to study that particular thing. So third law of thermodynamics is very important. They might ask questions on this. And CP and CV relations are important. Enthalpies of physical and chemical changes are also important. So your CSIR NET notes is very enough, right? CSIR notes is more than enough for this particular chapter. And these are the 15 chapters of part 1. And if you see the part 2, In this part 2 again we have the 15 chapters. So first chapter, chemistry of non-transition and inner transition elements. So in this chapter, focus on diborane and higher boranes. Okay, focus on these things only. Focus on silicons, focus on silicates, phosphonitric compounds. Okay, so particularly observe the structures. Okay, oxo acids of phosphorus, oxo acids of silicon, oxo acids of sulfur. Okay, just focus on particular structures. Next one, organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds is very easy. And if you see synthesis is structure, bonding reactions, Suzuki reaction, Heck coupling reaction. We have important reactions in organometallic compounds. So just your CSIR NET notes is more than enough, and focus on cluster compounds. That is, just you have to find out the structure and metal bonds using this cluster compounds, right? So this organometallic chapter is very easy. Your CSIR NET and GATE material is more than enough. When it comes to bioinorganic and supramolecular, you don't need to study about the supramolecular chemistry. Focus on bioinorganic. In this bioinorganic, metalloenzymes and hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin, vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is very important. And oxygen carriers and transport means hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin, hemocyanin, and cytochrome. Cytochrome P450. That is more than enough. So next one is group theory, right? So if you see this group theory, so point groups very important for CSIR NET. Mulliken symbols important, character table is important, great orthogonality theorem. So just focus on these 4 things. Definitely you will get some marks, right? Definitely 1 or 2 questions will come from these 4 topics. Okay, group theory is very easy and very important too. So next one is statistical data analytics and analytical techniques. If you want, you can leave this chapter. Otherwise, if you want to study this particular chapter, I will try to provide you the lectures or my personal notes in Telegram. Next, pericyclic reactions. Just follow your CSIR NET. Okay, buta-1,3-diene, hexa-1,3,5-triene. You have to know how to draw the diagrams, right? Energy level diagrams. Cope, Claisen, Eza, Cope, Somlet-Hazer rearrangements. These rearrangements are very important. Okay, Woodward-Hoffman rules also very important. So next one is organic transformation and reagents. So in these reducing agents, lithium aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride, you people read about this. So next one is, these are oxidizing agents. Osmium tetroxide very important, ruthenium tetroxide very important, methyl lithium very important. Okay, these reducing agents are very important. Okay, these reagents particularly which I have marked here, so these are very important. So next one, organometallics and reactive methylene compounds. In this, Grignard reagent very important for CSIR NET. Dialkyl lithium cuprate very important. Organolithium compounds, 1,4 addition, 1,2 addition. Acetoacetic ester, malonic ester, right? Malonic ester. So these topics especially important in this particular chapter. Next, organic photochemistry, Jablonski diagram, Paterno-Bucci reaction, Norris type 1, Norris type 2, Barton reaction. These are very important for CSIR NET as well as RPSC. Next, natural products, nothing but bioorganic chemistry. In this bioorganic chemistry, carbohydrates. So focus on these carbohydrates, focus on proteins and nucleic acids and fatty acids, right? Just try to remember the structures. And alkaloids, these are not that important. Okay, focus on these carotenoids. Okay, focus on these carotenoids. Okay, you can leave this chapter. You don't need to focus much on this chapter. Next, quantum chemistry. In quantum chemistry, we have very less syllabus here, not like CSIR NET and GATE. So in CSIR NET and GATE, we have huge syllabus, but here regarding quantum chemistry, we have very less syllabus. So hydrogen atom is very important. Variational and perturbational method is also very important. Okay, molecular term symbols. Molecular term symbols is very important. That's all. Okay, just focus on these three topics. So next, solid state. I have already made a short video on solid state. You can read that video. You don't need to study anything outside of that video. So next one, statistical thermodynamics. You don't need to study. Okay, phase equilibria is very important. So just your CSIR NET phase equilibria is more than enough, right? If you want, I will try to provide you the lectures. So next one, polymers. Again, CSIR NET is CSIR NET notes is more than enough. You don't need to study anything outside of that. Number average, weight average, molar mass formulas, light scattering and viscosity methods. Just remember the formulas and do questions on this. So next one is colloid and surface chemistry. This is not that important, and in this just focus on micelles. Okay, so micelle formation and focus on adsorption terms and the difference between adsorption and absorption and the properties of this adsorption and absorption. Just focus on those things. You don't need to study anything out of that. Alright, so this is about the syllabus. Still, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to provide you some particular chapter notes Okay. For suppose if any chapters are not available to you, then please let me know in the comment section, ask me in the comment section. I will try to provide you in Telegram channel. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much.